It is the RIOT podcast. Tuesday, January 31st is the last podcast for the month of January.
Oh, that's right. So let's move into February.
Yeah, we're moving into the worst month of the year.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Well, all right, I'll take that positive attitude and we'll put it into February.
It's my birthday month, so I have to say.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Valentine's Day, but I do recognize outside of those 2 mile markers and the Super Bowl, outside of those 3, you really don't have much.
Can you imagine how much February would suck without the Super Bowl?
I mean, at the end of February, we're getting close to March Madness.
That's true.
That's pretty exciting.
Oh, that's the time you guys all get sick. Oh,
Yeah, it is.
Can't wait for the season of sickness.
Yeah.
And that's not really sick.
Well,
It just means you skip out to watch it.
But we're fine because we get done work so early. We can just go watch the games.
Yeah, that's true. It
We're
doesn't
already
really
done
affect
at
you.
noon hour, so
all
we're good to go.
Other past employees used to do that.
Uh-huh.
So today on the podcast, we talked about things that annoy you when other people do it, but you also do it yourself.
Now get ready because there's going to be an avalanche of Isaiah just really connecting that he has a lot of things that fit under this.
It was an eye-opening moment for him that he really bothers people.
I really am as annoying as advertised.
You're bothering yourself and you bother others as well.
Yeah.
And so I thought of a bunch of things that I do that's really annoying. That I think is
like
annoying.
additional to what we already talked about.
Let me think if I can. I don't know if I have any other ones. I'm sure if I thought again on it, I could come up with more things that I do that are annoying.
Why don't you just go through your day and just
I know. When I think about all the things that I do.
I can think of another one that's a callback to yesterday's podcast intro, and that is biting my nails. If I saw somebody else biting their nails in public, that'd be odd to me, but
sure.
I bite my nails in public and then eat them.
No, see, that's where you took it to the step
But
further.
that, I don't understand why that would bother you.
Well, see,
But we're not going to rehash that, are we?
See, I have the thing where I don't like eating noises. So I don't like when people chew with their mouth open or crack their gum. And it's just the repetitiveness of it. So but I don't do it. So, So I that one's a different one. But I can't stand noises with that.
But have you ever?
And so whenever you bite your nails, sometimes you just hear the little.
Oh, the little.
Have you clocked that before?
What do you mean?
Have you noticed me doing that?
No, biting your nails every so often, but not. You don't chew gross or anything.
Exactly. So I can eat my nails in peace.
Yeah. Okay.
I just don't want you to be embarrassed. I don't care if you bite them or not.
Do
it doesn't
I look
bother
like
me.
the type of guy that gets embarrassed?
I just didn't know.
What about me and the time we've done this show?
If I took a video of you doing it,
tells you that I could be embarrassed.
If I took a video of you and posted it, I feel like there would be some embarrassment there.
Well, if you want to, join in. So if there's something that you get annoyed at someone else when they do, but then you still do it yourself, feel free to text us at 877-2RADIO-U.
The only thing that would embarrass me if you took a video of me and posted it on the socials of me eating my nails, it'd be embarrassing.
What?
If it didn't get any views.
Oh, yeah. You want that to go viral?
As the more people that see it, the less embarrassed I am.
There you go.
Because all I care about is the almighty dollar.
That's it. That's the type of guy you are.
Yeah.
He's a views guy. He's a clout chaser.
Yeah, that's
what you could call him. We also talked about something that I think is very annoying. Now, we didn't talk about it, but this is another one I'll consider being very annoying. We talked about Nikki's TikTok problem, right? And one thing that I hate is when I'm driving or sitting in a car with someone and I'm trying to listen to the radio and they're sitting next to me watching TikTok videos.
Oh, because it's just a constant change up.
Yeah.
I'm not watching the video.
Interfering.
Yeah, I'm not watching the video. So I'm hearing the video, but that's different than watching.
Sure.
And I'm trying to listen to the radio.
And you're a radio fan.
I'm trying to listen to the radio.
You didn't just get into radio for fun. It's because it's something you care deeply
especially
about.
if you're a For You page person, because it'll be what's the It song on TikTok? And then you're just scrolling through every video. And
over and over.
Over and over again, you're hearing the same clip of a song, and it can be a bit
And if you have it if they have it really loud, if the volume is loud on your phone while you're watching videos, I hate you. I just hate you.
Yeah, I got a TikTok question for you guys. Do you think that if you polled, okay, I'm going to ask you, what is the viral song on your TikTok right now that's in every video? Because what if it's different for each of us?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean,
I'll answer. I know what my wife's is because I hear it all the time.
You gotta sing it.
But for me, I don't get that. It's not a thing that comes up. As in, I don't get videos that have the viral song just because that's the song in it. But for my wife, it's I can buy myself flowers.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus.
That one is
everywhere. Yeah. That one's everywhere.
That's your viral TikTok song?
That's on one of them.
Yeah.
I have a couple, and just like, well, every song, every TikTok, it's nothing but that. All right,
I was just waiting for one of you guys to compliment my rendition of it.
Oh, yeah, you
I
did
thought it was
sound
pretty
lovely.
good. I thought that was pretty good.
Thank
You did
you.
sound lovely.
Thank you.
Didn't know you did such a good
Miley Cyrus. Yeah.
Yes.
She's if you're at least for my voice, she's actually a female voice. I think I can nail pretty well.
You can do.
And if you add a little twang to my talking voice, I could sound like her too.
Sure.
Yeah,
We're very similar. She could actually replace me, and maybe
on the
nobody
show,
would
and
notice.
we wouldn't even notice. That's another thing too. Like things that I like to do. I love to sing, but when other people do it, I hate it. I hate it. No, I'm joking.
That's the perfect one we'll end on. Don't forget to text what do you hate as well at 877-2-RADIO-U. And as always, thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to our podcast today.
We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
Nikki, got a question for you.
Yeah, what's your question?
There's security cameras in the studio, right?
There is.
How often
Hi.
how often does somebody look at those?
I don't think too often, but I mean, they're there. It's more like we also have security cameras around the entire building.
Yeah.
So it kind of like if you look behind, you can see a screen that shows all of them.
Yeah.
So it cycles through, but I don't think they're like too often.
You think other people...
Did you do something stupid this morning?
Yeah.
Is
It
that
wasn't
it?
this morning, but yes, I
Okay.
did. I didn't want anybody... I can
know?
talk about it now, but I didn't want anybody to catch it on video without context.
Did you change clothes?
No, why? Am I? What? No.
I'm just wondering how bad can it be?
I didn't want anybody to see me on video smelling the seat of my chair with nobody in here.
You're right. The context is weird.
And the reason is I've been for a while smelling a smell in this room.
Yeah.
And this goes back several days. And so finally yesterday I was like, well, maybe it's the chair is the whiff of smell that I'm getting. But I didn't want to just smell it in front of you guys.
No, that would be weird.
And I can say this now, but I didn't want to, one, because it'd be weird for me. And then I would have to explain it to you guys. And then I would have to say, well, there's a smell I've been smelling. But I also don't want to say there's a smell I've been smelling and not know if it's you guys, you or Isaiah.
No, I understand.
So I smelled the chair and it also is in the chair. But I've solved the mystery.
Where's the smell coming from?
The smell was coming from my shoes.
Oh, it's
I had
still you.
stinky shoes,
Yay.
which since I've done this detective work, I've been able to remedy that as well.
So
Some baking soda, dryer sheets, we're all good.
Oh, you didn't throw them out, or?
No, they're fine.
Well, they weren't.
They weren't, and now they are.
Now they are.
You
okay.
can smell them if you want.
No. I mean, how long do you think their fine will last?
Well, now that I'm aware of it, probably not. I mean, I'll keep tabs on the shoe smell situation. Then the next time I start to smell a smell, I'll know. It's time to give the shoes another baking soda bath.
Well, not to go deep on it. I just didn't know if you were like, are we masking the smell, but the smell is still there?
No, the baking soda draws it out. Just like if you put a bottle or a box of baking soda in your fridge to make sure your fridge doesn't stink.
Yeah, it sucked it out.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
Well, I'm glad.
Because they don't smell anymore.
Glad it's your shoes. That's better than the chair.
Yeah, the chair, it was concerning to me. I don't know why I went to chair before shoes, but because that would be concerning. If the chair was stinking, I don't think, am I sweating that much? Is there some, what's going on? But no, it wasn't the chair. So I just didn't want anybody later on, if we can save this clip.
To look at the camera clip.
Yeah, and go, why did Hudson wait till nobody was around?
To smell his chair.
Because you had to leave the studio. I couldn't have Nene or Sydney or anybody else in here. Isaiah's usually next door with the window. I couldn't have him see. So I had to sneak. I had to monitor the studio and wait
Challenge
for a chance
accepted to find that
come
footage.
in here to smell the chair to make sure that it wasn't my chair.
Last question on this. So right after, did you smell your shoes? Can we find the clip all within 1 minute?
Smelling?
Or did you do that another time?
I did that another time because I smelled this. I smelled the smell.
Yeah, you weren't sure.
Also upstairs.
Oh.
And so then I was like, well, hold on a minute. It's not the chair, but the smell's following you. What can it be? It was the shoes.
Oh, glad you found it and glad you're okay.
All ironed out now.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
Talking of hubbub and fuss, I think this is going to cause a lot of ruffled feathers at McDonald's, where at some locations they are testing out the possibility of going strawless.
Oh, the strawless lid.
Yeah. I know that that's going to hurt a lot of people where, for some reason, I don't know, people have big attachments to straws.
I think it's more like they have a big attachment to their McDonald's drink experience.
Yeah.
And so not everybody likes change. And, the change on straws for some places, I think scared a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because we didn't like paper straws.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. Some people are very attached. They have to have their straw the certain way that they like it. And that's not paper. It's the way and McDonald's does.
They still use plastic straws.
Yeah, for now. And this is something that McDonald's, like you can look this up, is that McDonald's has put a lot of care. A lot of restaurants, whatever, just hook up the soda to the thing and give them a straw. Who cares? McDonald's specifically is like engineered their straws and their whole soda process to make theirs better than everywhere else. And it is. We know that the Coke and Sprite at McDonald's, the whole experience, it's better than at other fast food restaurants. So I understand why the McDonald's straw might hold a special spot in your heart. But then again, don't you think they'll put that same care into their new...
Oh, now stop there.
Into
no
their
one will.
same lids?
No one will.
They are going to. It's what makes them them.
So if you're into Dunkin', it'll be similar. What they're testing is almost identical to the Dunkin' cups that they switched to for their to-go stuff. It's got a pullback tab on the plastic top. And they say it's supposed to, because the problem with like Starbucks switched to these pullbacks and not everybody liked it because for their version, it would never stay like pulled back.
Oh, yeah.
It would just always flip back open. And they say that, no, this is an innovative design.
Yeah.
And
See,
it should
that's what
be
I'm
fine.
saying.
More like the Dunkin' ones.
McDonald's is going to put a lot of care and attention and effort into this. You can't make a big change that you know is going to upset people unless you can make some kind of improvement. And so McDonald's, they've got, it looks like not only is it going to pull back, like the opening can pull back and stay pulled back, but you also will be able to pop it back closed if you want to hopefully prevent spills.
Oh.
I'm a big proponent of this. I don't know if you can tell.
I see that you're pro-change for the McDonald's lid.
I'm anti-straw, and here's the thing. I'm anti-straw. It's not environmental, although sure, the side effects of our sea turtles going to survive because we don't use straws. That I'm all for that, but that's not why I care. I also don't care if other people use straws, but I'm anti-straw, and as an anti-strawite, I feel that I've been discriminated against all my life because you can't get what I want is a lid that doesn't require a straw.
Sure.
And you know where you can get that?
Where?
Nowhere.
Now
Until now that McDonald's is changing this.
So McDonald's had said they want to eliminate small plastics is what they're working on. So that is their goal, they say, to help reduce waste. Not big plastics, but small plastics.
Yeah, and I wish they, again, I guess I'm for that, but I wish they were doing this to serve me and my needs. But at the end of the day, if my needs are served, that's what I really care about.
So they're testing it in certain locations. Some people are upset, as any change would bring, and they don't know if it will be a full move yet to the new lids for McDonald's.
An underrated side effect of this last thing is that the one error in the McDonald's soda process is when you put on the lid, whatever, you've got a lid on it and you've got your straw and you've got to poke the straw into the lid, and that's oftentimes results in Coke spurting out of the little opening, getting everywhere. You have to sip it off the top of the lid or it spills on your jeans or whatever. We can eliminate that.
Well, you don't have that problem anymore.
Yeah, not if McDonald's goes strawless.
I just appreciate it'll leave room and open the door for more other problems for McDonald's with your order.
That's a good point.
I like there to at least be something.
I'm sure we'll find that these lids are also a problem for some other animal
That's true.
as well,
That's true.
polluting some other things. So it's not all sunshine and roses, but Sounds like an improvement to me.
Find more Riot content online. riot.radiou.com.
What is something that other people do that annoys you? But pause. It's not just that, because that list is long. But what is something that other people do that annoys you, but that you also do yourself?
That you realize you do, but it doesn't matter.
That you do. You know, it probably annoys other people because it annoys you if somebody else does it.
Wow.
But you still do it anyways, because we'll do a confession time on this. That's really what this is.
I feel like I almost need your inspiration first. You know, like maybe you just don't realize that it's bothering you and you do that, but I need some examples.
All right, here's top example. You go over, you've got a cup full of pens for the group, for the room, for the office. You go over, you need a pen, you test one out, doesn't work. Put it back in the cup. Test another one out.
That's the most minuscule thing I've ever heard.
Put it back in the cup.
Are you doing that?
I just did that.
Is that what you're doing in our pen cup?
There is no less than 5 pens I went through before I found one that works.
Why don't you just throw it away?
That's a lot of work.
He's lazy.
Lazy, all right.
Lazy.
Yeah, we wouldn't have a segment if I threw them away.
If that was how you were.
Yeah.
That's the inspiration for the segment.
But then every time you need a pen, you're going through the same 5 that don't work.
I'm just hurting myself on that too, because I might be the next one that needs a pen. It's just going to happen again. But
why don't we get something a little more juicy?
I did have a moment.
Than putting pens back that are used.
Yeah,
goodness gracious, we should arrest him.
Animal, you're awful.
I didn't say something illegal. I just said something that's annoying. Isn't that annoying?
But
I think that's like the minuscule annoyance.
So that's not annoying to you.
I don't think it's annoying enough.
Because Isaiah wouldn't know that it was you doing it. You just think, boy, none of these pens ever work. You don't realize it's someone else not throwing them out.
I think my example would be like when I'm having a conversation with somebody. And then they like pull out their phone and start like looking at something while I'm talking to them, and I can tell they aren't really listening to me anymore. And I do that all the time, where someone's talking to me, and then like for whatever reason I'll just pull out my phone and I'll just start doing something on it, and I'm kind of listening to them, but I'm also giving them the sign I'm not really listening to you anymore.
Well, they learned it from you.
Yes,
that's right.
And yes,
or like another one for me is like. When people like don't make eye contact with you, and now I'm forcing eye contact with both of you because I said it, but I will avoid eye contact sometimes when the conversation feels awkward. Those are 2 examples of things that I get annoyed with.
I was going to give you
myself
like a mental health diagnosis on that, but we don't have
I would rather not have you do that.
But no,
Why don't you give another example?
I'm on that one as well. I'm real bad at making eye contact, so I get it. But it also doesn't, you know what? That one doesn't annoy me that much. So go continue on not making eye contact.
Doesn't bother you?
No, it's getting off my back.
Just keep looking to the side.
That's like me with the pens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got any, Nikki?
If you want to text in at 8772 Radio, I still feel like I need more inspiration. I need some more other people's ideas, and then maybe I'll be like, oh, I do that too.
Yeah. All right. Text in at 8772 Radio.
And I want to hear your other one.
A little confession of stuff that you do, but when other people do it, it annoys you.
This is the Riot Radio U.
The question is something that you do, but when other people do it, it annoys you. Text in your answer at 8772 Radio.
So if someone else is doing something and it annoys you, but you still also do the same thing yourself.
You do the exact same thing. You're guilty of it, but you get annoyed when other folks do it.
You want a couple?
Yeah, let's hear them.
Let's see. Stephanie says, when I drive fast, that's okay.
Yeah.
But if someone else is driving by, they're idiots.
Yeah.
So we totally understand that one.
When you're driving fast, you have a good reason.
Sure.
Yeah,
other people are just doing it because they're dangerous.
They're just a maniac on the road.
Let's see. Abby says, good morning. Definitely being a know-it-all. But I do that all the time, and it's hard when someone else does that too.
Abby doing a lot of ab-splaining, it sounds like.
Mark texted in and said, being on the phone when driving. Everyone does it, but you're also annoyed when you go past someone and they're on the phone when driving.
I don't know.
For sure everyone does it. I pass people all the time that are on their phone. I think it's like 75% of people driving.
But the only time I'll even look at my phone is at a stoplight.
Oh, sure.
Is that bad? Is that bad?
No, that's the good time to do it.
Yeah, right?
See, for me, the only time I'll do it is if I'm driving and I want to scroll on Twitter or watch a movie. Those are the only times.
And going back to when you do it at a stoplight, that's the annoying time everybody does it, and then you never see when the light changes.
Yeah,
so I think that's annoying.
That's even worse.
That's quickly remedied, though, because somebody gives you the quick beep, beep. and you're good to go.
That's
you look
what-
up.
Why wouldn't you just look at it while you're driving? You know, then you're not worried about the whole stopping thing.
I think this is going to make that worse.
Yeah.
Let's see. Glenn, a few others as well said interrupting. So we all interrupt, but we don't like it when someone does it to us.
That is true. I'm definitely guilty of that. And on that note, can I say, I feel like it's similar is just like anything with conversation where the conversation dies. I guess it's the opposite. The conversation dies and you just won't let it die. You just won't shut up. Yeah. Where I don't know. I guess it's the radio in us that makes us want to keep filling time.
We also can't have silence.
Yeah, but we can in real life. We could. This isn't real life. This doesn't count. But like in real life, when we're just hanging around, we could just not talk.
But we can't do it.
Yeah, sometimes we can't do it.
Well, here we're so trained because when you're on the radio, if you don't talk or there's silence, then there's backup stuff and alarms and notifications and like people find out that you're not talking. You're not doing your job. But in real life, that's not a thing.
Yeah. Well, I think the worst part is that when you can tell that somebody's talking just because they don't want it to be quiet. They don't want to be in a room solo with you and not have anybody say anything. And that's when it sucks.
Okay, I will say, jumping off of that, and this is a problem with being on the radio and doing a show, is does anybody else, it's hard when someone comes at you and tells you a story and they tell you like all the details, but we usually know all the details.
Oh, yeah.
So in turn, when we tell something to just an everyday non-listener, like just a person who's not listening to us like we're just being on the radio talking, it's hard because you want to tell them every single detail like you would if it was a break.
Yes.
And it's hard when they tell you something wrong from something you've read about.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you what it really is. So that one can be hard.
See, I think another one is when people like love talking about themselves, because I love talking about myself. I love it. But when other people do, I'm like, this is so annoying. Like, will you be quiet? Like, I don't care. But when it's me, I'm like, dang, I'm so interesting. Or like another one too.
How do you have so many?
I have so many things that I do I'm realizing how annoying I am.
Annoying.
I'm super annoying, but these are all the things that I do. Another one is like when people talk so much about they wake up so early, which I do all the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to wake up so early. And then when other people do it, I'm like, boo freaking who.
Yeah.
I get it. You wake up early and work out. Good for you.
And it sucks because sometimes you set yourself up for that because you ask, there's certain people you ask, you go, you'll just say when you see them, how are you doing?
Yeah.
And you know they're going to say tired. And it's just like, why am I even asking? They're just going to say tired. I didn't get enough sleep last night. Here's another one. This is
I guess we all do that one.
Yeah, and here's a real radio one, but also it applies in real life. When somebody steps on you, like you've got a story or a joke you're making, and somebody swoops
Yeah, another one that I like.
Where I can tell I do this, especially to Isaiah on the show, is he'll be setting up where he's gonna have a joke, and then I see where he's going, but in like my mind makes the connection of where he's going before
and your mouth
I
does.
do. Yeah, so I step on his punchline that he's leading towards.
I'm just curating a real good one. And all of a sudden, Hudson just gets to slide in for the best part.
That's right. And I take the laugh.
Guys, you guys have a lot, and I feel like if you kept talking, like you'd get more and more.
Yeah.
We could come up with more annoying things we do. I think that would be fairly easy.
So is this a worry now that we're worried we're doing so many annoying things that if someone else does, we're also annoyed at them?
I find this therapeutic.
Oh, you feel better?
I think this is going to lead to, if all of this conversation can stop us each from doing just one less annoying thing, I think that's
then
it's
we've
all
done
for the
a good job.
Yeah, I think that this is
right.
good. So
yeah, I think it sounds good.
You're gonna start throwing the pens
about
away.
You, Isaiah,
I know.
Hudson.
I have a lot of them. Hudson's gonna stop putting back the pens.
Yeah, the pens. It's all
yours
on my
is
journey.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
And yesterday we talked about a guy on TikTok getting upset because he had to tip a robot, or it was called a service charge. But come on, let's call it what it is. It was a tip. So that's one thing. But check out the stones on this guy. We don't know who he is, but another TikTok has gone viral featuring some Starbucks baristas trying to solve the issue of how do you refund a tip because somebody asked
For the refund back?
I want a refund on
Of
the
the tip?
Yes. Can you imagine?
Well, I mean, okay.
Can you even imagine?
I could never, because I just am not forward enough.
Yeah.
Confrontational like that.
Do that. Okay, so did they ask for the refund for the item and then wanted their tip back with that refund?
They
or they
just
were
wanted the gratuity back. That was it.
It looks like it was $2.
Yeah, $2.
Well, that makes sense.
Oh, this sounds like you, Isaiah, because they had accidentally selected the $2 gratuity.
It is confusing.
Option,
It's confusing.
and they didn't mean to tip.
Oh,
So that does sound like
Nikki's
you.
situation.
Can you picture? None of us would ever do this, right? How could you have that much courage in you to look a Starbucks barista in the eye
And say you didn't mean
that
to.
might make your drink, and you say to them, "Excuse me, I didn't mean to tip you. Can you refund me the tip back? That $2, I'm going to need that." How could you do that?
That's
I don't care if
audacity.
it's an accident.
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine.
I feel like at first you're like, well, as long as maybe the person has money problems, but then everybody would say if they have money problems, what are you doing?
What are you doing at Starbucks? Yeah.
And they do say
$2 going to make or break you.
this is also if you go out to restaurants a lot. If you can't afford to tip someone, then you should not be eating at restaurants because technically that should be a part of it. But that's a bold move. I could never do that.
That's real tough.
I can't even ask if I don't like the drink or if something was wrong with the drink. I just live with it. I just
even if they mess up the drink, I'm not gonna like bring it back to them and be like, really, this is what you gave me.
If you pre-tipped and then they give you a bad drink, then you get somebody else to make the drink for you again. You don't say, well, I'd like to revoke that tip from you. That's surefire, probably going to get you an even worse drink the next time. But I don't know. I picture like it has to be like an older guy, right? And it's the principal.
I don't know.
He is Isaiah like 50 years from now, and he's like, it's not my fault that I didn't mean to tip. It's this stupid system. I hit it with my wrong finger. This isn't. It's a Hank Hill type, is what it is. You know what I mean? Like that's the only kind of person that would do that.
I agree.
They say at this point to fix it, if you ever accidentally tipped and you want it back, that if you're the person that is dealing with that situation, you would just give them, cash back or something. Like you just can't refund a tip.
You know what? And this comes back to, I think we should just go back to the old tip jar. Yeah. You never mistakenly put something in the tip jar.
I feel like no one ever puts money in that anymore.
And that's why we need it back.
We do need it back.
Because we don't have cash.
It's the right way to do things. And, okay, let's think of it this way then. Let's say the tip jar was there. You want a tip. You accidentally put in I accidentally pulled out a $5 bill, didn't realize, put in 5 instead of 1.
You just yank it right back out of there.
Yank it out, that looks like you're stealing from the tip jar.
If I accidentally toss a 5 in the tip jar and it meant to be a 1, and I look in there, I'm like, oh my gosh, I actually put a 5 in there.
Yeah.
Yank.
Nope, that's on you.
Yank.
That's a you problem.
And you can't. It looks like you're trying to make change.
In the coffee shop.
I will make change. If I put a 5 in there, I'm pulling out like 4 1s out of the tip jar.
You can't do that with the tip jar.
And then I'm like, I left you a tip, all right?
Well, here's a new term to remember anytime as tipping becomes a more controversial system or thing, that the term is called guilt tripping. So say you're at a place that traditionally would have never asked for tipping in the first place, but now you get really hit with it. It is guilt tripping.
Yeah, I'm
not tripping, tipping.
Guilt
tipping.
Guilt tipping. I'm anti that. I'm anti tipping, and that's not.
You're anti tipping?
I'm anti tipping.
I love tipping.
I'm not anti-tipping at a restaurant. I'm anti that we tip. It shouldn't be this way. We need to be more like everywhere else in the world.
And I don't believe you, Isaiah.
No, I like tipping. If you guys want to tip me, you're more than welcome. See, now that's the kind of thing.
How does that sound?
If I'm going to tip somebody who made me an ice cream cone, you guys can tip me for talking on the radio.
Oh, no.
How's that sound?
We do not need that tip jar.
All of a sudden,
cosign.
Things have changed.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
Nikki, you might be wondering why I brought Isaiah in here.
Oh, is there something for both of us?
It's something for you.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, we wanted to talk to you because we talk a lot about TikTok on the show. And of course, we all watch TikTok. But I'm starting to suspect, based off of some of the things you've told us lately off the air, that you might have a problem.
See, I don't think I have a problem with how long I watch TikTok. I think now my issue is how late in the evening I am watching TikTok into and how tired I am at that time.
Yeah, and it sounds like you have a problem. And so
no one else has done this?
The people that care about you have come here to confront you. Or not confront, it's not a confrontation.
Are you supporting me? Supporting?
Confrontation.
Yeah, Isaiah's confronting you, apparently.
I am.
But first, why don't you admit, for the first step to fixing a problem is admitting you have a problem.
Well,
so
I hope I'm not
admit
the
your
only
problem
one.
to the world.
So lately, Eric's been mad at me because I will fall asleep like before he comes up to bed. And I'll be laying on the bed with my phone like resting on the pillow. And TikTok is just going.
I knew you were going to say that.
And it's just the same TikTok.
Over and over again.
And I have fallen asleep with it like right in front of my face because I was just watching it.
Yeah.
And I would just lay down. And even on occasion now, I will like rest my thumb to where you can repost or like send to people, and I have accidentally been sending things just because my thumb is right there.
I was wondering.
I'm just like, I didn't
some of
need
these
to
TikToks
repost.
you're sending me.
I just fell asleep
1 a.m.
at it.
I've been like, what would she
What is
think?
she sending
Why
me?
would I want to watch this?
I know, it's dumb, and it's purely because I'm falling asleep while just holding my phone, and it's all right there.
Yeah, so you're going to need to have you need to have a break between TikTok and bed. You're not supposed to have your phone in bed.
Yeah, I don't have my phone in bed with me.
Oh, do
It's
not.
bad
I do
for
not.
you.
I don't.
You never lay down and watch something in bed.
See, for me, once I reach the bedroom, that's bed. I don't like lay in my bed ever. I'm always hanging out in the living room. And then once I go to bed, I'm going to bed.
No,
Isaiah's
That's not
right.
me.
That's the
That's
way.
what you need to do.
I know, but that's why you have a problem.
well, for safety, I should.
Yeah, for safety, you're gonna one day you're gonna share something with the whole world that you didn't mean to,
so
and you're
bad.
you're gonna get canceled for it. And on top of that, it's bad. You're not supposed to have like that blue light in your face.
Yeah, I fall asleep to it.
You're supposed to not have that blue light in your face for like hours before bed.
Well,
you're doing it right up until you fall asleep, and the blue light's shining in your eyes even after you're asleep.
I also just feel bad because I'm racking up views on some potentially poor videos.
True.
I don't need
Well,
the
These
support.
people are getting so many
They're getting
views,
views.
and it's off of Nikki.
You're
and they
probably
shouldn't- they
making
don't
their
deserve
day
them.
though, so I wouldn't feel bad
They
about
don't
that.
deserve 'em.
Actually, it would be very.
Don't ask her to watch your videos.
No, it would be real nice if she just. Actually, sure. Yeah, why not? Open up the Hudson RadioU TikTok and just let that run over and over again while you sleep.
I also have to watch because I found that I've liked certain videos that I would never like. But again, I'm just not watching where my thumb is, and I just fall asleep. And Eric will just be like, stop it, because it's the same TikTok.
Video, I hate that.
Just playing and playing and playing, and I've fallen asleep.
Well, have we gotten anywhere with this? Because it doesn't sound like you're ready to change.
No, but I want someone else to say, oh, Nikki, it's okay. I also do that, and we're okay.
That doesn't make it okay.
Yeah, I just want a group of people to be okay.
If they
hearing
do
this?
it, then it makes it okay. As long as you feel like someone else has the bad behavior you do, it does feel better that way.
If more people would just drive drunk, it wouldn't be such a big deal.
Okay.
Gosh, it is not
Big
that.
jump, big jump.
Big jump. I just fall asleep to TikTok.
It's basically the same thing.
Oh, you're
Slightly
awful.
different.
The Riot Radio U.
Valentine's Day coming up, and I've got a survey here that just further shows the imbalance in our society between men and women. It's not fair. It is not fair, not equal whatsoever, because of this survey of 33,000 Americans. That's a lot. This is important stuff here. 48% of women said they've been
When you
disappointed
say
by
that,
a romantic.
I can't help but feel like it's not anymore.
This is important.
The more you say it's
48% of
important.
women say they've been disappointed by a romantic partner on Valentine's Day.
48%?
Half of women
That feels low.
say they've been let down on Valentine's Day. But let me show you the imbalance here. Men, only 23%. Less than a quarter of men
Feel let
have
down?
been let down on Valentine's Day. Half of women have been let down on Valentine's Day. It's not fair.
You don't feel?
I don't think it's fair.
Do you feel like Valentine's Day is important? Do you guys? Or,
Meh.
yeah.
Not really.
Not as well. Okay, if you were not single, do you feel like it'd be important?
Not really.
And can you voice that opinion if you are or if you're not single?
Yeah,
anymore?
I don't think it's that important. I think it's like you have to do something, but like it's not like it's Christmas, and it's not like it's Thanksgiving. Like I don't even know what level it's on. It's much lower.
But it's still there.
It's still one of those days like you have to know you have to do something, but you can determine how serious it is between you and your partner.
Well,
it also depends, too, on just like who you are. Because some people, it's really important. So if it is and you're with that person, then you have to treat it more important than maybe you think. And others are so more casual about it.
Yeah, you got to be on the same page. That's the important part. It doesn't matter how serious you take it, as long as your partner is on the same page of
Then
the
you're
seriousness of Valentine's Day.
This is my recommendation because, look, women are getting let down left and right on Valentine's Day. There's a Valentine's Day 2 weeks from now, and the day after Valentine's Day, there's going to be half of women might be very upset
Just remember,
because they didn't get enough.
If you need this reminder, it's 2 days after the Super Bowl. So
There we go.
Nice.
Perfect.
That's an important thing.
That's helpful. I always do forget the date of Valentine's Day, but I've got some advice here
Okay.
for the men, and that is we need to start demanding more.
what?
That's an odd thing to say. I was going to say something almost the exact opposite, but go on.
Because for women, 48% have been let down. That means they were expecting a lot and they didn't get what they were expecting.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
And so as men, we need to raise our expectations.
And be more
Everything should be
disappointed.
equal. We should be expecting a lot from the women in our lives as well, so that we can also be disappointed and make it fair.
But what do you want? You want flowers on the special day?
Flowers.
Chocolate?
I'd like some jewelry. Everything that any woman would expect on Valentine's Day, I expect for myself as well.
And you want it to be visible so that everybody can see what you're getting for the day.
And don't come at me, my wife, and say, oh, I try to love you all year round. No, this is Valentine's Day. This is special. Yes, you're supposed to love me all year round, but Valentine's Day is a special day to show that. And so you need to get me some stuff.
If someone's listening, you don't know Hudson well enough. He's not like this at all.
Take me to dinner.
He doesn't want Valentine's Day.
Give me jewelry. What else do you do for Valentine's Day? Because I want it all.
Why is that your only examples?
What do you mean?
Jewelry and dinner and flowers and chocolate.
Because that's what you do. What else do you do on Valentine's Day?
I think you should go about this the other way. I don't want this to be an equal thing. I want you to remember all the things that I did on Valentine's Day because I don't care about Valentine's Day. It's not important to me. This does not have to be a special day for me, but there will be special days for me. And when those special days come, I want to be able to point back to Valentine's Day as a day that I did something good.
That's a good plan.
Valentine's Day rolls around. Isaiah's gift to his special someone is a scrapbook of all the other times he did.
Yes. Now listen here, okay? I want the expectations. I want us to like be on the same page. Expectations to be real low. That way I can succeed them. I'll be way past them. I'll put on a huge show. And then a couple months later down the line, when I want to go on a trip with my friends or something, then I can bring back up, oh, you remember Valentine's Day when we talked about doing something low-key and I blew it out of the water?
Can I be around? Because I don't know if you realize, but women really love when you bring that up to them. Like, do you remember when I
did this thing?
It's going to go super good.
Yeah, remember that one time?
All right, if you want some good advice then.
Don't listen to any of us.
No, listen. Use Valentine's Day as a reminder for yourself to, like, I mean this. Put a reminder in your phone if you're in a relationship for June 12th or something like that, for months down the line, and just have a reminder that says, buy your girlfriend flowers on that day. Or, just do something nice on that day. Yeah. And then when Valentine's Day rolls around, you can be like, you can do what Isaiah said. Remember that time I randomly got you stuff? That was for Valentine's Day.
That was Valentine's Day.
Because I loved you then.
It's like you guys can write a book with all these great ideas that you have.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.